What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Saturday, August 27th, 2022, and I wanted to just do this video on some recent bear attacks that happened in the lower 48, and I wanted to just present some more evidence to you that black bears, contrary to popular belief, are actually dangerous, okay? A lot of people out there in various communities, whether it's the hunting community, the outdoors community, uh, backpackers, hikers. Um, they think that black bears are not dangerous. And I've heard so many people tell me, yeah, I don't really worry about black bears because they kind of just run away from you. And that's not always the case, guys. And I've done entire videos on this topic. So what I'll do is I'll leave links to those videos in the top right corner of this video if you want to see more in-depth analysis of black bear attacks. But contrary to popular belief, black bears are actually responsible for more attacks on human beings in North America than grizzlies or brown bears. And they're also responsible for more fatal attacks and more predatory attacks than any other bear in North America, okay? Specifically, they're responsible for the most amount of predatory attacks, okay? It's pretty common knowledge among anyone in the outdoors community that if a black bear is coming after you and it keeps attacking you and it doesn't run away, that means it's a predatory attack. But I want to just present some recent incidents that will make you think differently. First, I want to share this article from Field and Stream about a woman in Vermont that was attacked by a black bear about a week ago. And then I want to share a video of a black bear killing a full-grown white-tailed deer. Okay, now that's something that's just completely insane. I mean, everybody knows that black bears will hunt fawns and calves, whether it's a moose calf or elk calf or livestock or, deer fawns, but an adult white-tailed deer, I mean, that is crazy to think about, especially a female white-tailed deer. They're extremely alert. They're very fast. Getting close to a white-tailed deer is nearly impossible. And for a large mammal like a bear to be able to sneak up to a white-tailed deer and actually grab it and kill it is just remarkable. So a lot of people underestimate black bears, and I've even heard people say, well, if you live in the lower 48, you don't have to worry about bears at all. It's really only in Alaska that you have to worry about bears. And that is just complete bullshit, in my opinion. And if you look at the statistics, like I said, black bears are responsible for the most attacks on people and the most predatory attacks on people in North America. So think about that, okay? The black bears are in almost every state in the United States, and nobody thinks that they're a threat. And I'm here to tell you that they are, okay? And I love bears. I love all kinds of animals. I do hunt, and I do hunt bears, but that doesn't mean I hate them and I want to see them die and stuff like that. I think bears are remarkable animals, and I respect all animals, so I'm not trying to demonize them. I'm not trying to make them out to be like these vicious killers. I'm here to tell you, though, that when people say that you don't need to worry about bear attacks in the lower 48, I'm here to tell you that that is BS, okay? There have been numerous predatory attacks in the lower 48 by black bears. Just a couple of years ago, there was a predatory attack in New Jersey, of all places, literally less than 100 miles from New York City, okay, the biggest city in the whole country, all right? Literally within 70 or 80 miles from New York City, there was a predatory attack where a male black bear stalked, killed, and consumed a college student that was hiking, okay? So it happens, guys. So I want to just read this article to you, but if you live in the lower 48 and you like to spend time outdoors, And if you live in a rural area where there's a chance that bears could be passing through, or you live in bear habitat, you should really consider carrying some kind of a big bore handgun, no less than 10 millimeter or 357 Magnum, preferably bigger. Even like a 44 Magnum to me is ideal for black bear. But a 357 or a 10 millimeter will work well. And for even larger black bear, like here in Pennsylvania, we have some of the world record black bears here. Very commonly, people shoot black bears over 700 pounds, all right, with 25-inch skulls, all right? You're talking about a black bear that is literally the size of a Yellowstone grizzly, all right, living over here in Pennsylvania. You wouldn't think, in the East, such big beasts, but they're here, okay? So that's not a fat bear, even though it's 700 pounds. It's got a 25-inch skull. If you don't believe me, you could look up the records yourself, all right? That's the size of a grizzly bear skull, all right? So for all intents and purposes, that's basically a grizzly bear here in Pennsylvania. So I carry at least my 44 Magnum when I go hiking in bear country because I don't want to take any chances. 10 millimeters is a great option as well, or 357. But definitely consider carrying something. Definitely carry bear spray. At the minimum, carry bear spray. But I want to just share this article with you guys. Okay, I really want to bust this whole myth because I just hear it so much and it's just so agitating, because most people that say that kind of stuff don't really know much about black bears and don't spend enough time in the woods. Just because you saw one bear run away from you doesn't mean that every single bear is going to run away. So this is about a woman in Vermont. Jack Russell Terrier saves Vermont woman from black bear attack. And a 61-year-old Vermont woman was charged and bitten by a black bear on Saturday, August 20, while walking her dogs on a trail that runs through her property, according to the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department. Susan Lee of Stafford, Vermont, had just lost sight of her two dogs, a Jack Russell Terrier and a Labradoodle, when she heard a loud noise and realized a bear was charging her. Miss Lee stated that she tripped on a stone wall as the bear charged her. She then felt pain in her upper left leg and realized the bear was on top of her and had bitten her, explains the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department. She stated that her Jack Russell Terrier intervened by barking at the bear, which got off her and appeared to focus on the dog. She got up and retreated down the trail, followed by her terrier, without a further sighting of the bear. Once Lee made it back to her house, she called 911 and texted a neighbor, who transported her to the Gifford Medical Center, where she was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Injuries sustained during the attack include a bite wound on her upper left leg and multiple scratches on both of her sides. A Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department bear biologist and a game warden inspected the site where the attack occurred. They determined that Lee and her dogs had inadvertently provoked a sow black bear and her cubs during the surprise encounter. They made attempts to track and locate the bear, but were ultimately unsuccessful. Bear attacks are extremely rare in Vermont, bear biologist Jacqueline Camus said, noting that the department has records of only 3 prior bear attacks in the state. However, at this time of year, black bears are moving in family units, and mothers will be protective of their cubs. If confronted by a bear, it is essential to remain calm and back away slowly, and to fight back immediately if attacked. So another thing too, guys, is that you can walk with your pets when you're out somewhere in bear country. Bring your dog along, because if it wasn't for this dog, this woman probably would have gotten mauled pretty bad. So the dog was able to basically kind of scare off the bear, even though it was a smaller dog. It was just a Jack Russell, but it distracted the bear enough that the bear just said, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm going to run away. I don't want any trouble. That's probably what the bear was thinking, because the dog's noisy and loud, and, it's barking, even though it's a small dog. So that the bear just broke contact and left. But a lot of these fish and game departments, they also cover things up. They want to make it seem like, there's no bear attacks, or they don't report a lot of the attacks. Unless it's like a fatal attack, then they report it. But if somebody just gets scratched up or something like that, or has an aggressive encounter that doesn't lead to injuries, they don't always report it. And also, not everybody reports aggressive encounters. They just, unless they actually have to go to a hospital or something. But they try to minimize situations like this because they don't want it to harm the tourist revenue. A lot of these eastern states are heavily dependent on campers and hikers and people like that. Every summer they flood to the campgrounds and spend a lot of money. So they definitely don't want people scared of going camping and thinking that these black bears are so dangerous. But guys, just wanted to share that with you. Also, this is a crazy video here coming from Tennessee, northeastern Tennessee. This is a video of a white-tailed deer being killed by a black bear. And this one actually hit close to home because my parents actually lived not too far away from where this attack happened. And actually, this lake where this bear was seen killing this deer, my parents used to frequent that lake all the time, and just hang out by the lake and go swimming. So this really hit close to home. So I'll just read you the backstory of this. Dustin Tolley and Adam Buckles were night fishing at Watauga Lake in eastern Tennessee. That's in northeastern Tennessee, close to Virginia. On July 17th, when something unexpected happened, we heard the craziest sound coming off the mountain right towards the boat. So we got the boat light to shine to see what was coming towards us, and this is what we saw. Tolley and Buckles had unexpectedly came upon a black bear taking down a mature white-tailed deer. While using a spotlight to illuminate the scene, they filmed a short video of the scene. The bear used its paws and jaws to pin the deer down before dragging it up the hill away from shore as it flailed weakly. So let me just play this video, and this is definitely not for kids. So if you have any kids, you definitely don't want them to see this. But check this out. This is crazy, and looks like a male. You could tell how big its head. It's got this big head. It's definitely a male bear. And there's the deer just laying there, probably dead already, I would imagine, or almost dead. And that is just absolutely incredible for, a full-grown male black bear to be able to ambush and kill a full-grown white-tailed deer is just unheard of. And it just shows you that, when you think you know everything, you really don't. We as people, we think we've got everything figured out, and we try to fit everything into boxes. Bears don't hunt deer, only wolves do, or bears are too big and slow to kill a deer, and black bears don't attack people, only grizzlies do. And we try to fit everything in these convenient boxes because we're afraid of the truth. We're afraid to confront the ugly truth, which is that these animals are potentially dangerous, and we need to deal with them appropriately. So this is just absolutely crazy footage, guys. And again, I'm not trying to fearmonger you or make you hate bears. I think black bears are awesome animals. They're really cool, and I'm not trying to get you to hate them. I'm just trying to get you to understand that, we're not talking about teddy bears here. Okay. These animals have the potential to kill you. Even a small black bear that weighs 100 pounds can be stronger than the strongest human being. Okay. They're multiple times stronger than we are. They can run very fast. They can climb trees. Their nose is insane. They can smell better than a bloodhound. Okay. Their nose is more sensitive than a bloodhound. Okay. They can smell you from a mile away. All right. And they have good vision, good hearing. They can climb trees. So, they're like the ultimate killing machine if you think about it. So wanted to just share this with you. That's pretty much it, guys. I'll leave links to some of my other bear attack videos And I encourage you guys to read up on some of these black bear attacks that have happened across North America in the last 100 years. You'll be surprised how many predatory black bear attacks there have been. And they're very quiet in the woods. They have pads on their feet. And if one of these is stalking you, you're not going to know until it's really close, That's why I always recommend everybody carry some kind of big bore handgun, at least a 10 millimeter or 357 Magnum, and know how to use it and practice with it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.